Hey guys, Lucky here from the Boston Celtics, and you're about to watch the Suffolk Sports Report.
Hello everyone, welcome into Studio 73 for another edition of the Suffolk Sports Report. I'm Laney Johnson.
And I'm Hannah Arroyo. The Bruins are at the top of their game lately and for the first time in a while look to be top playoff contenders. The team would travel back home to face the Lightning Thursday night in a fight for first place in the Atlantic Division. The Bruins would strike first with this interesting goal. Wingles fires a puck that Scholar bumps in with his skate. Watch it again here. Scholar rushes to the crease, taking down the net along the way. The Bees go on the power play at the end of the first, where Bergeron redirects the puck to Pasternak, who sends a shot that looks to ricochet off Donato's skate and in the back of the net. Tampa would strike back in the second on the power play when Kucherov sends a cross pass to Miller, who buries it for a goal. Look at that goal there. Look at the beautiful pass and finish. Tampa inches within a goal of the Bruins, but here we have Bergeron and Marchand. Bergeron sends it to Marchand, who taps it in for the empty netter goal to secure the win for the Bees. And the Bruins replace Tampa at the top of the division and push even further towards the playoffs.
Yeah, just a really impressive end to the season for the Bruins. They're really making a push, but a better story than the end of the season is Ryan Donato.
Yeah, no, definitely. Ryan Donato has just been a big piece for the Bruins lately. Young guy coming out of Harvard, and he's already brought a lot of game. 3 goals, 2 assists, and 5 points in his first 6 games, and he's going to be big for the Bruins, I think.
Yeah, and after he played his first game for the Bruins, he went to class the next day at Harvard.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Olympics. He scored 5 goals, tied for the most in the Olympics.
And doesn't he still live in the dorms at Harvard?
Yeah.
Big man on campus. Well, spring is officially here. Say goodbye to cold weather and hello to Fenway Franks. Yesterday was MLB opening day, and the Red Sox were down in Tampa to face the Rays. Jacob Tobey and Sean Cushing are in studio with a recap and a look ahead at the season.
All right, thanks, Laney. Jacob Tobey here with Sean Cushing. 6-4 loss on opening day last night for the Red Sox. What the hell happened in that 8th inning with Joe Kelly?
Yeah, I mean, this is like the recurring theme that we saw last year. A lot of starting pitchers like Chris Hill putting up dominant 7-inning games with 9 strikeouts and no runs earned.
I thought Mookie was going to lead off with a home run on this one, by the way.
Me too, but even the young guys weren't doing too well last night. But the bottom line is you can't really take away much from this first game. It's one game. It's the first game of the season. People got to get back into the swing of things. So if you're a Red Sox fan, I should say don't look into this game too much if you're worried.
Even if you're worrying about the bullpen a tad bit, because that was a problem last year.
Well, the bullpen you can worry about.
Okay, good.
But
let's worry about the bullpen.
Because that's just been a thing that we've been worrying about since last year. So that's just reoccurring. But as for everything else that happened in this game, like some of the young guys going 0-4, Benintendi, don't worry about that.
All right, don't worry about those things. We'll see how they play out. Do you need to worry about David Price, though? He starts tonight versus Tampa Bay. What Price will we see? Because we've seen him be an ace in this town. We've seen him be injured, and everyone kind of go against him. So what should we expect from him this season?
Yeah, I think David Price is going to be a good player for the Red Sox this year. I think this is going to be...
Define good.
ERA about 3.5, 3.2 to 3.5, okay, which is a lot lower than what he was last year. This is going to be his best year in Boston.
Wow. Mark that down. Save that tape.
His elbow and his throwing arm completely healthy, no inflammation anymore, and the clubhouse has a way better attitude with Alex Cora now being the manager, and that's good for David Price because he was in the heart of some of those problems that occurred in the clubhouse last year.
What do you expect out of JD Martinez? Because I expect upwards of 30 home runs, especially playing in Fenway Park. They brought this guy here on a 5-year, $100 million deal to hit the baseball. He's going to play a lot of DH this year. We know that. What can he bring to this team? He needs to hit.
Yeah, I think...
Or else he's going to get scrutinized by the fans because that's what people do in Boston.
Of course, yeah, and that's part of the pressure of coming to the market that Boston is for baseball. It's one of the biggest markets in the sport, and that comes with the pressure. I think JD is going to still hit 25 to 35 home runs, but because of it being his first year in Boston. I don't see him repeating the 45 home runs he had last year, but he's still going to hit a good average around 270 to 300.
All right, he better, because Red Sox fans will jump on him if he doesn't. Last question for you. Red Sox or Yankees at the top of the AL East when we head to the playoffs. What will happen with both of these teams?
The Yankees are going to finish first this year, in my opinion. Just the additions they've made with Stanton. Their bullpen is a lot better than the Red Sox. Robertson, Betances, Chapman, all dominant. If any of those guys came over to the Red Sox, they would instantly be the best bullpen guy there. So yeah, and the Yankees lineup is better too. The one thing that the Red Sox do have over the Yankees is starting pitching, but that's really it.
Not by much, though.
They do, though.
Severino's pretty good.
Severino's good, but you got Sale and you got Price, which mark my words, I think they'll both be Cy Young contenders at the end of the year. Price and Sale.
Okay.
I think they will both be in the discussion.
This guy's made of hot takes right now. We're going to save that tape. We'll bring it back up when the awards are announced. That's Sean Cushing. I'm Jacob Tobey. Back to you guys.
Thanks, guys. The Celtics just finished up their last West Coast trip of the season, and even though they are plagued with injuries, they managed to get through it.
Yeah, the C's lineup is looking a little like it's being held together by paper clips, but Brad Stevens keeps coaching them through it. Jason Tatum has been impressive for the C's all year, but Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz has been impressive as well, so it was exciting to see these two Rookie of the Year candidates match up Wednesday night in Salt Lake City. With Kyrie and Horford out, Terry Rozier and Gershon Yabusele were in the lineup. Here's the big man Aaron Baines getting it to Jason Tatum for a splashy first 3 points. In just his second start, Yabu shows some confidence there, drains the three, of course did the dab after. The Celtics pulled away late in the second, but the lead would not last too long because of this guy, Donovan Mitchell. Nice floater there. He was the game's leading scorer with 22 points. Here the Jazz turned defense into offense with a transition three from the boss man himself, Jay Crowder. The former Celtic just splashes in that three. The C's came pillaging back in the fourth, though, because of my baby boy, Terry Rozier. He decided to bury some clutch threes. That was his first shot of the night. He had 11 points in the fourth quarter. Donovan Mitchell again making a strong case for Rookie of the Year as he drives there, but rookies make rookie mistakes, and he just can't hold on to the ball. And here's Jason Tatum saying, nah, this Rookie of the Year is going to me, hyping up the whole team to tie it. Here's the last play of the game coming out of a timeout. Semi Ojeleye feeds it to Jaylen Brown, and ice water in his veins, nails the three. Brown had a great game with 21 points and the game winner. Let's look back at it again now. It was tied. They didn't need the three, but Brown steps back and lets it fly. He's showing so much confidence in just his second year in the NBA. And looking ahead to the playoffs, the Celtics are now in the second seed. They played Toronto this weekend, who are the first seed. They have some time to make up the gap, maybe get the 1 seed.
Yeah, how do you think that they're going to perform this year?
Well, it really depends on if Kyrie Irving comes back. I personally think they should rest him, just make sure everything's okay with that knee, come back next season when you have Gordon Hayward back and the team isn't as riddled with injuries as they are right now.
Definitely. Basically like starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Aaron Baines, who was actually just on Suffolk University's campus at the Dunkin' Donuts on Tremont Street. Jacob Tobey grabbed a camera and ran over to ask him what it's like to work at Boston's favorite coffee shop.
It's good, coming back here, getting work, see how it is. They're under pressure every day to get it out on the green, and it's been a lot of red since I've been here, but, I'll take all the blame for that.
What's the hardest part about working in Dunkin' Donuts?
The hardest part, not trying to eat all the donuts. It's definitely calling my name over there, but I'm trying to do the best. I haven't had one yet, so hopefully I maintain that for a little bit longer at least.
Pretty cool to have him on campus. I'm more of a Starbucks girl myself, but it's still cool. Here on the Suffolk Sports Report, we talk every sport, and today we're talking soccer. The Revs are just starting their long season, and our Celia Balfour has the latest.
Thanks, guys. It was a back-and-forth match for the Revs as they took on NYCFC at Gillette this past weekend. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Brad Friedel's team looked to get their second win of the season at home on Saturday. Here's Diego Fagundes off the bat for the Revs, scoring just 10 minutes in. This is his second goal of the season, and we can clearly see that the Revs are pressing very high in the first 10 minutes. They are first to all the 50-50 balls in the Blues half to give Diego possession just outside the 18. Effortless turn by Diego as he deflects it in off the left post, making it 1-0 for the Revs. 10 minutes before the half, here's Diego again. He finds space, breaks through the first defender, just can't get his footing right, and sends it over the crossbar. Here are the Blues, fresh from the halftime. Jesus Medina carries the ball down the right side. Salam making a run behind him, stays onside, and finds Shradi at the penalty spot to make it 1-1 in the 50th minute. About 10 minutes later, the Revs are working their way down the field. We see Christian Pania receive a great diagonal ball. He takes his space to find Agudelo, who puts it away with a great offensive header, giving the Revs a 2-1 lead. The high press seems to be working for the Revs all throughout the game, but here it comes back to hurt them when Shradi somehow maneuvers past 3 New England defenders, scoring his second goal of the match, making it 2-2 with just about 15 minutes left of play. The final score was 2-2, and although the Revs couldn't get 3 points, they seemed to have a lot of momentum heading into tomorrow's away match against Houston Dynamo. Kickoff is at 8:30 p.m. For the Suffolk Sports Report, I'm Celia Balfour.
Thanks, Celia. Should be a good match tomorrow in Houston. And that'll wrap it up for us here at the Suffolk Sports Report. Be sure to follow all of Studio 73's social media accounts. I'm Laney Johnson.
And I'm Hannah Arroyo. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.